So this is a fun recipe that we're going to do now. A real fun recipe. That we're doing the Portokalopita, or the orange cake. But to start, some of the recipes called for a base of phyllo. So these are the most sophisticated recipes that call for the other recipes only have the egg wash and the phyllo inside. The one that I chose, it's not very difficult. You take out 6 sheets of phyllo. I mean, let's leave the sheets here. We're not going to cover them because we don't care very much what happens to them. Because we're going to crumble them. But let's take 6 sheets of phyllo. I make all my sweets in the book. Most of the sweets are with olive oil, but you can make that with half olive oil and half butter. It's the same thing. So you brush it with olive oil, fold it in half, and then brush it a little bit more. And then I sprinkle it with, these are almonds, ground almonds, I guess. And this is sugar. I sprinkle it with some sugar and ground almonds. I like to use almonds that are not skinned. And also cinnamon. You can do it any way you like, but you need to make kind of like an accordion. I mean, you kind of like make an accordion out of this. You kind of like crumble it like this, and you put it at the bottom of a non-stick pan, or if it's not a non-stick pan, put a layer of parchment paper on top of it or something. And we are going to make more of those. So, you put it one next to the other. I could go on and finish it. And up until I cover all the surface of this. And this is how it looks when it is baked. Because you can sprinkle with some more almonds on top. And this is how it is when it is baked. You just tear everything apart, into pieces. I always want to find out, where did this recipe come from? And guess what? It first appeared at the morning show, at the morning TV show. Somebody made this Portokalopita. And then my husband came up with this theory, which I think is the theory. He said, this is kind of like a first-time cook, a very frustrated cook, who was trying to handle phyllo and she didn't know how to do it. So she came up with this recipe where you will see it's a very funny recipe, the way it is done. Everybody knows how to make a syrup, I guess. I don't need to demonstrate to you the syrup, but the syrup has just 2 oranges, the juice of 2 oranges, sugar and water. You need to zest them. We do that. Then we juice the oranges to make the syrup. So this is like starting to make a cake, but without flour. We don't have any flour in that. So we just break the eggs, mix them together. So ½ cup sugar. So 1 cup of olive oil. And then the yogurt. If you find that this is extremely stiff, you can add a little bit of milk. Again, I learned it from my mother. We need baking powder, and baking powder is usually dissolved in a little bit of brandy, and brandy for us is this kind of thing. You make sure that it's well dissolved. Add it here too. This is the liquid in which, so you dump everything into that liquid. So let's say that this is like, instead of using flour, you use this. They need to be quite well soaked. Then we pour it over the pre-cooked base. And it smells wonderful, even unbaked. It smells beautifully. So this is how it looks when it's done. And this already has the syrup in it. Usually I turn it upside down. So now what it needs, although it has soaked in syrup, it needs a little bit of something like a glazing on top. You add some marmalade to a bowl, and because it's too thick, you dilute it with some kind of booze. Again. And then I glaze it over that, over the cake. I spread it over the cake. And if you like, you can decorate it with slices of orange or slices of tangerine or pieces of orange peel. So this is, and you have some fresh orange. So this is it. Thank you. Thank you very much.